Hello, primary class. This is Miss Daniela with your story corner from our lesson, God's Beautiful Sanctuary. This one is called The Little Lighthouse Keeper Part 2. Ooh, I can't wait to hear how it goes. Mary didn't know that there were wicked men called wreckers hiding behind rocks nearby. When they saw her father leave, they knew that there was only the little girl left in the lighthouse. Immediately, they planned to keep her father from getting back in time to light the lamps that warned the sailors about the dangerous rocks. Some of the ships that were going to pass that night were carrying rich goods. The wreckers hoped that without the light shining from the lighthouse, the ships would crash on the rocks in the storm. Then they would rush down and steal everything they could from the ruined ships. They didn't care if the sailors died or were injured. In town, Mary's father filled his basket and started back to the lighthouse. He knew that it would soon be time to light the lamps. As he got close to the road that led to the crossing place, the wreckers rushed from where they were hiding. They threw him to the ground and quickly tied his hands and feet with ropes. Then they carried him into a shed and left him there until morning. When he pleaded for them to please let him go, they just laughed at him. Two of the men stayed with him while the rest ran back to the shore. "Oh, my sweet little Mary, what will you do?" cried Father as he lay on the shed. "There will be no one to light the lamps. Many ships will be wrecked and hundreds of sailors may be lost." In the lighthouse, as it became dark, Mary was more and more lonely and afraid. Where was her father? What about the ships and the poor sailors? She wondered. Perhaps she could light the lamps. But they were far too high for her to reach. Even so, she got some matches, and she dragged a table to the lamps. She climbed onto the table and reached as high as she could on her tiptoes, but still she couldn't reach the wicks. "If I had a stick," she said to herself, "I would tie a match to it, and then I could touch the wicks with it and light them." But she couldn't find a stick anywhere. Outside, the storm was becoming worse and worse. Mary could hear the wind howling and the waves crashing on the dangerous rocks. The sailors on the ships were looking anxiously along the coast, watching for the lights. Where could they be? Had they brought their ships in the wrong direction? They didn't know which way to go, and the wreckers were impatiently waiting for the ships to crash on the rocks. In the shed, Mary's father was praying that God would take care of his precious little girl in the dark and lonely lighthouse, and that he would somehow save the ships from crashing on the rocks. To be continued.